Do you feel like you have the momentum? One of the things that I think has been of great interest is the infrastructure to basically support electric vehicles and such. I know you've spoken a lot about that. How much momentum do you feel? Can you give us some sense of where we are on that, Secretary Buttigieg?
We do have the momentum, but we do not yet have the infrastructure. That's why we're building it. Look, you cannot run tomorrow's cars on yesterday's grid. This is clear. Plus, we need to be doing a lot of work and are doing a lot of work, much of it led by Secretary Granholm in the Department of Energy, to make sure that we're shoring up our capacity for critical minerals and battery components. The part of the momentum that is most exciting to me is the jobs that are being created here. I grew up in South Bend, Indiana, in the shadow of an empty Studebaker factory that towered over our downtown, 800,000 square feet, and it used to employ so many people in our community before it went out of business in the 60s. And when I was growing up in the 80s and 90s, we were still dealing with the effect of that. Today, we see something that is the other side of the coin. I've been on building sites in Kentucky and in Kansas where battery factories that are going to employ 4,000 people that are many times bigger than that giant Studebaker factory I grew up in the shadow of are going to be online by next year, creating these good paying jobs. So the jobs are coming together. The charging network is something we are using federal funds to build right now through the infrastructure law. And of course, the manufacturers are gearing up to produce these cars. Right now, they can't make them fast enough to keep up with demand. This, I want to be very clear, this is not going to be a simple or an easy transition. We've run our cars one way for the last 100 years or so. Now the industry and the sector is moving in another direction. But we've got to be aggressive and active about this because this is also a matter of U.S. competitiveness and economic security. The question isn't whether cars are going to go electric. That's happening. The question is whether it will be a made in America revolution led by American firms and American workers.
And you're confident?
That is the question we're trying to make sure we resolve in the right way.
So you're confident, Secretary, will be able to reach the targets in terms of what the infrastructure we need to support Americans driving electric cars by the targets set by the administration?
Yes. For example, we are on track to get the electric vehicle chargers out there so that the president's goal of 500,000 spots you can charge by the end of the decade is going to be met.
Okay.
None of this is easy, but we are doing the work, and I think we're going to hit our marks.